Life has a way of pointing us in unexpected directions. Sometimes it takes a dramatic turn, and that's how we find our path. Today I want to talk about how I found my mentor and how you can find your mentor in the film industry. I grew up in Oklahoma, which is right here in the middle of the United States. Following what seemed to be a pretty predestined path, I was enrolled in a business school. But at 19, everything changed for me. I had a brain surgery that had some complications, which led to an emergency second surgery. And in between those two surgeries, I remember the nurses wouldn't let me sleep, which led me to start rationalizing my own mortality. But through that, I made a promise to myself. If I made it through, I would find a career that I truly loved. The second surgery was obviously successful, as I sit here today. But through the university, I met some friends that introduced me to a new world, filmmaking. And up until that point, I had never touched a camera. Over the course of the next few months, I ended up taking an unpaid internship at a local agency, which opened the door to let me meet a director by the name of Steve Jones, who would eventually become my mentor. Let's talk about why mentors matter and how you can find your own guide in the film industry. I don't think that you have to be on the coast to start in the industry. In fact, I think there's a lot of opportunities in your own backyard. The first thing to understand is that mentorship comes in many different forms. Sometimes it might be a formal relationship that turns into a friendship, and sometimes it might just be working under different directors and cinematographers that teach you one thing at a time. I think both are valuable and both can transform your career. Something young filmmakers need to not overlook is a lot of times there's incredible mentors right in your own backyard. Some of the most knowledgeable and giving professionals I've met are working right in their local markets. These are the directors, producers, and cinematographers that are creating commercials for your local market and helping shape your city's identity. They've seen a lot of unique challenges in the market and they understand the local market. Often they've got a lot of wisdom to share. I never blatantly asked for a mentor. For me, that's just not how it happened. I guess the relationship just evolved over time. Steve and I started working on local commercial projects, and I wasn't even looking for a mentor when we began. But looking back, that's exactly how it happened. In my opinion and experience, the best mentorships often grow organically. You just need to focus on doing really good work and being reliable. Local professionals often have something that big name professionals don't have, and that's time and willingness to teach. These local professionals are in the trenches every day solving real world problems, and if you approach them the right way, many of them are willing and able to share the knowledge. Okay, how do you create opportunities for these relationships? First, you gotta do your homework. Study their style and follow their work. Don't force yourself on them. Instead, focus on trying to find a way to bring value to them. Volunteer as a PA on one of their sets. Offer to help with equipment organization or assist with pre-production tasks. Show them that you're serious about learning and you're willing to put in the work. Let me give you some practical steps. First, find out who's making content in your area. Check local production companies, advertising agencies, and even corporate video departments. A lot of communities have a local film guide. For example, here's Oklahoma's. These are all good places to try and find mentors. Second, don't be afraid to start small. Volunteer on student films, help out on indie productions, or offer to assist on commercial shoots. Every set is a classroom if you're paying attention. And every set helps you build your network. And as time goes on, that network just naturally grows. Third, and this is probably the most crucial, once you get your opportunity, you have to be reliable. Show up early, stay late, take notes. Ask smart questions when there's questions to be asked, but know when to observe quietly. Your reputation for reliability will precede you, and it will open more doors than just raw talent alone. I've seen it so many times through my time in the industry. I've heard people say that they can't find opportunities because they don't live in a major film hub, but I just don't think that that's true anymore. Every business, nonprofit, or band in your local market needs some kind of video content, and if you're just starting out, that's an opportunity for you to learn from somebody that may know more than you. Every successful filmmaker started somewhere, and most of them had help along the way. The key is taking that first step, reaching out, and being ready to learn. I'm sharing my journey and what I'm learning along the way. If you found this helpful and want to continue growing together, consider subscribing. This is just the beginning of the conversation. Until next time.